Well, right now, the Democratic National Convention is underway inside the United Center in Chicago.
And outside, the day has been marked there by demonstrations over the Biden administration's handling of the war in Gaza. Fox 10's John Hook is live in Chicago with the latest. John.
Yeah, Mark and Ellen, that is going to be a flashpoint throughout this entire convention because we've got tens of thousands of pro-Palestinian protesters who are making their voices heard, and the Democrats have said they want those voices heard. They just don't want it to interrupt what happens behind me. State, federal, and local police, Chicago PD, they've been preparing for this for a year, and today we did have some trouble outside of the United Center. I want to show you this video as one of the protesters busted through one of the security fences, and there was a brief standoff between Chicago PD and the demonstrators. Officers donned their riot gear as they faced off with that large crowd. Some arrests were made, we understand. After about 20 minutes, though, tensions eased a bit, and police could be seen reconstructing that broken fence. With everything going on here inside the convention hall, for Chicagoans, it's life goes on as usual, believe it or not. We ran into several of them today, and they say despite all the activity here, they're living their lives.
The L is still running on time. You'd hardly know there's a political convention going on in Chicago. Along the Chicago River, people soaking up the sun in the fading days of summer. Michigan Avenue bustling as always, and Carolyn Zerer does her daily walk with Bassett's Annabelle and Charlie.
It's been fantastic down here. I live right here, and we've had wonderful police presence, but we've been talking with them and not a whole lot going on.
Life goes on.
Life goes on, and it's been really great.
Joe Biden will essentially give his farewell tonight, passing the torch to Kamala Harris. Just a month ago, it appeared he would be the nominee. That's all changed.
Harris will run a great campaign. God willing, she'll win. But for the president, it's sad. I mean, he was a great president. He worked really hard and deserves a fitting goodbye. I think the place is going to rock tonight. There are going to be a lot of tears.
Chicago has hosted 26 political conventions, the most of any city, and some of them in far more turbulent times than the present. We've been more divided than this. Go to the very first political convention in Chicago, 1860. On this very site, the old Wigwam Hall, Abraham Lincoln nominated by the Republican Party on an anti-slavery platform. There was a pro-Palestinian protest in Union Park today, but that's a full mile from the United Center. Democrats say they are encouraging protest and free speech. They're just keeping it at a distance.
And the Democratic Party does not speak to the elimination of the genocide, the elimination of poverty, the elimination of homelessness, the elimination of worker subordinated and so forth.
They don't want these images to overshadow what they hope will be a unifying convention.
So, you've got a completely new ticket. Kamala Harris at the top of it. Joe Biden, in essence, sails off into the sunset tonight. He will throw complete support behind Kamala Harris. So as the Democrats kick off their convention tonight, former President Donald Trump is doing some counter-programming. He is facing his biggest campaign week yet, busiest for sure. It features a jam-packed schedule with events in battleground states every day. Trump and his running mate J.D. Vance holding separate rallies today in Pennsylvania, which will be a key. On Tuesday, Mr. Trump will be in Michigan. Vance will be in Wisconsin, both expected to focus on crime. Wednesday, they will appear together to talk national security in North Carolina. Thursday, a focus on immigration and Arizona's border with a stop in Cochise County in southern Arizona. Friday, a rally at Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale. And after that, the president and Vance head on to Nevada, another battleground state. It's a big night tonight. They're chanting union yes as the union president is about to speak. And he spoke at the Republican convention, as you know, just a few weeks ago.
You know, John, a couple weeks ago, no one really knew what was going to happen with Biden, dropping out. And no one even knew if there would be, kind of a united front at the United Center. But, I mean, clearly, this is right now a unifying moment for the party, would you say?
No doubt. Ellen, this group here, they're fully behind Kamala Harris, which is a remarkable thing when you consider at one point there were voices in the Democrat Party wondering if she might be a drag on the Biden ticket because her popularity was in the 30s. Well, time heals all wounds when you've got Donald Trump as the opponent, and we're seeing a coalescing of the party behind Harris and certainly coalescing behind anyone who would challenge Donald Trump.
All right, John Hook live for us tonight from Chicago. John, thank you for that tonight. We'll check back in with you later on.
And of course, President Biden, as John said, will have the keynote address. That will happen later on this evening. We will be carrying it live on Fox 10. You can also watch it on our website, fox10phoenix.com.
And much more from John coming up live from Chicago tonight at 9 o'clock and also throughout the week as the DNC continues.